Hi everyone, I'm Roman and this is Massive Voodoo TV. Today I drop a topic on you that is not easy. It's actually about happy painting, and happy painting for me does not always mean I'm painting happily.
In this video, you will find tools and insights on how you can connect your miniature paint jobs with your emotions. Happy painting for me means I'm in deep discussion with my emotions. I think emotions are something really interesting when you bring it to your miniatures. It's about me. In all my projects, there's a tiny shard of my heart in it. Some are dark, some are bright, some are bigger, some are smaller. But every time I try to put in a small piece of my heart. This video will be a part of a series. This is part 1. Part 1 goes into how you can transport your personal emotions and experiences into your miniature projects. Part 2 will explain how you can work with influence from the outside world, like what's going on in the world, news, tragic, and how you can transport these things into your miniatures and manifest something in the language of miniature painting where you don't find words for it. I do not want to sound like a life coach in this video. For some, I might. This is not the goal. The goal is to share my experiences. This is a very personal and honest video. For some, it might be too personal, but I have to be honest to explain the content. If I step on somebody's toes with the content and the things I say in this video, I want to apologize. If you enjoy the video, then it's for you. If you don't enjoy it, then it's not for you. Life's not always an amazing theater show. It can be tough sometimes. It can make your beard grow gray. Life's not always happy. We all can have bad moments in our lives. We all can have bad feelings, bad situations. Let's talk about happy painting. Happy painting for me means not always that I'm super happy and paint like, oh, I'm super happy, ultra happy. Happy painting for me means I'm in deep discussion with my emotions. This is what my painting is about. Sometimes more, sometimes less. But being in a good conversation and being a reflective person means I learn to handle my emotions, can work with good or bad things in my life, and can put this into my miniatures. Very often it's not about the good emotions in painting. When I'm feeling good, I can paint without thinking, and the color flows by itself, and the miniature and the projects get painted by themselves. The lessons I've learned in life were often caused by situations where I felt really bad because of a loved one died, a relationship broke, I was questioning myself and my sense in life, things you do more or less when you grow up. And they are normal. This is not a thing you have to run away from. These things are normal, and you can find dark places during these times. You will understand them very often afterwards, when some time has passed, when the pain is not gone but calmed, and you grow from it. You grow from bad situations in life. We all can have these. Check the links below if you are in such a situation in life, or any one of your loved ones. You can get help, and you should get help. You're worth it. I've been to dark places in my emotions myself. I also have been and am in good places. So it's a up and down, you can say, just like with the muse of painting. She comes and she goes. And I'm thankful for all these things I've learned from hard times in life. I started the process to connect my miniature painting with my emotions way back when I started to become professional. I had some really gentle and shy tries about that. The first miniature I've done in this style was a skeleton warrior from Rackham Miniatures in a desert, and he's looking at a plant or a flower, but it looks like he died there from thirst, and the last thing he saw was this small flower growing out of the desert. Now it's getting really personal, but it has to get personal, to be honest. About a decade ago, my mom went quite ill, and she changed. My life changed, my parents split up, everything went a little bit awkward and strange. Even I thought I was a grown-up man with 33 or 32. It also changed me, and it hurt me, and I grieved because I was losing home that were always my parents and the place my parents lived. So I did not understand this in this situation, but after a while, some years of reflection, I can now say I understood that I was just running from my emotions back then and did not face them. So facing these emotions, these sad emotions, bad emotions, is something very important, because then you can cherish the good ones even more. Don't run from your problems, face them if you can. If you cannot, get help or take your time. This is the most important tip I can give you. Take your time. It will happen when the time is right. When my mom went ill and I realized I cannot help her with just being her son and being there for her, and she needed professional help, I created something with the pain that I felt. And I created an angel. It was an anatomic figure from Prizer Miniatures that I just added wings to and punched metal bars through it to bring my emotion to the outside world. It helped. Since then, I'm really fascinated with bringing in emotions into my miniature projects. I did a series of busts from fur miniatures called Laszlo, the basic bust, and I created several emotions with colors. I was fascinated if I can paint with colors, if I can paint these emotions. I created anger several times. I created envy, which was based on a failed cast my buddy back then, Raphael Pica, did, and he threw it away, and I wanted to use it for this exact situation, to show the feeling of envy, the yellow inside the stomach. I think emotions are something really interesting when you bring it to your miniatures. I had a strong cut in life. Several years back I had a breakup that quite hurt me. It was painful, and I wasn't able to paint anymore afterwards. I was really like, all my creative energies was sucked away, you can say. And I wanted to find back into the joy of painting and had no chance to. So I gave it time, and then slowly started with this one project that is very dear to my heart. Just recently went to a private collector, and it's called Cats, and I was actually painting one cat a day to get that small feeling of enjoyment of painting back. And it's very deeply connected to, even it looks so peaceful, it's deeply connected to a bad situation in life. The diorama Cats look so peaceful, but it was created in a very dark time of my life. Looking back at this dark time, I can say I'm thankful for it, because I've learned so many things from it. I learned to understand myself better, to shape myself anew. These small cats helped me. In another situation, after that breakup, I really was filled with anger and rage, you can say, and I should have painted barbarians chopping off other heads or whatever to just release the anger, but I did something different. I turned my feelings upside down. I was really sad, but I wanted to paint something really, really beautiful, and I created a pin-up girl from Andrea Miniatures on a pool called Absolute Strawberry, where I wanted to work with really bright and saturated colors to show the opposite of my inner self during these times.
Advertisement. You all know white reflects light, black absorbs it. Do you know how to paint black and white? Learn to understand. Learn to understand what you paint and why you paint something like it is. You can learn to paint black and white with me in my Etsy shop right now. Step up your game. I don't like ghosts. I like black more than white. With black, I can hide in the shadow. Black is no color. White is also not a color. Yellow is a color, but yellow batsuit is stupid.
I was traveling to teach painting classes for 8 years and did so. I was gone almost every second weekend from home, so I really had a strange situation to home. Home was always kind of on the road, and arriving back was just unpacking and preparing for the next trip. So, and I got a burnout from traveling. Sounds weird, but it was really hard. From this burnout, I landed in a sort of depression where I had to learn things. I learned to change things that are not good for me, to take care of my health. So I'm not traveling that much anymore. I just speak about these things to let you know that I've seen my dark valley. Everybody has his dark valley inside him, and it's good to be confronted with it once in a while to understand the light that you also see in life. It's a hard topic, because some will take this for weakness, speaking loudly about such things. But it's a part of my emotional process when it comes to painting. Painting for me is a relief, and it's joy, it's talk with my inner self, and the language is color, and of course the subject. I did this piece recently from Carlos Miniatures. It's super heavy, like really heavy, on a big plinth, tall plinth, and the sculpt is really crazy. When I saw the sculpt for the first time, I got fascinated because it reminded me on losing control in these dark times that I sometimes had, and I was losing control. I needed help back then, and went through therapy, which was wonderful in the end, and helped me a lot in life to understand myself. But this piece really connected me to these emotions, and painting it was really awful. Sounds really harsh, but it was not a beautiful paint job. Still, I did happy painting. But the topic itself, I really had stomach problems while I was painting it, because it connected so much to my emotions that I once felt. And I'm thankful for Carlos Miniatures for creating this piece, because painting it again, I learned something for myself. I learned that it's like Bob Ross said, without the dark times you cannot appreciate the bright times. Without shadow you cannot paint light. You can learn to work with your emotions. As soon as you start talking with yourself and question things, you might find ideas and solutions on the way. You might find inspiration in creating something dark. You might find it in a sculpt like this. You might find it in an idea of a diorama. And as soon as you start manifesting these things, you can overcome problems. You can overcome situations you maybe are not able to speak about with friends and family. As soon as something gets manifested, created, it's there. It's easy to overcome something that's there, that's manifested. You can do this by picking a theme that fits to your feelings. Topic, bust. Maybe you have an idea for a diorama. You can do this with colors. For example, if you go for very bright colors, very saturated colors, your project will transport the emotion of happiness. If you go for dark and desaturated colors, very grim dark, you can transport darker emotions, manifest them. Create them, shape them. Shape yourself. Learn about yourself while doing so. It's not easy. It's not always easy. But it's important. This is what happy painting means for me. It's about me. In all my projects, there's a tiny shard of my heart in it. Some are dark, some are bright, some are bigger, some are smaller. But every time I try to put in a small piece of my heart. Tough topic, right? Being honest with yourself is never weakness. Being honest with yourself is always strength. Being honest with your emotions is never weakness. Don't hide your emotions. Be honest, be direct, and grow from it. Reflect yourself, reflect your emotions, reflect the way you act with another person, with other persons, other human beings. Tell me about your experiences. Did you ever do a paint job or a diorama where you connected with your emotions? Tell me in the comments. In any case, if you don't find a way out from your dark emotions, get help, find links below. You're worth it. Thank you for watching the video till the end. Press thumbs up if you enjoyed the content, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. You help this channel to grow, and we will bring more content like this. Keep on happy painting. Roman out. Bye bye.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to...
Emotions, yeah, I also have them while doing videos. I'm nervous, and speaking about such things is really opening up, and opening up can be taken as weakness, but I always say, if I want to speak about my way of painting, happy painting, I cannot speak without opening up. It's like Bob Ross once said, I quote him here, you cannot paint light without the dark. So, yeah, that's it.